everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to share with you my picks for the Spring 2021 Sephora Savings event. So I've already done this video once and I want to make it shorter and more concise so you're not sitting here for over an hour. So let's jump right in and we're going to kind of go with products in order of application. Routine starts off with cleansing. So I've got two different cleansers, one for the morning, one for the evening. They are both by the Inkey list. For the morning, I love the Salicylic acid cleanser because it's a good beta hydroxy acid cleanser that will not only help to keep my pores clear, cut through oil, but it also helps to lower the pH of my skin so my vitamin C serum can work more effectively. And in the evenings, I'm loving the Inkey List Oat Cleansing Balm. This is a really nice kind of, almost like a slippy jelly-like cleanser that does extremely well at moving makeup and sunscreen, but it's also very kind of good for cleansing the skin. So you can use this as part of your evening double cleansing routine, or you can use it as both your first and secondary cleanse in the evening. And that's great if your skin's feeling dry, dehydrated, or you just want to add a little extra nourish to your skin because oat is a really great soothing ingredient. So for exfoliation, I really enjoy the Inkey List PHA or polyhydroxy acid toner. So this is a liquid chemical exfoliant, and polyhydroxy acids or PHA, they are a very large molecule, which means they work very superficially on the skin and they are more gentle compared to something like an alpha hydroxy acid or a beta hydroxy acid. PHAs they're shown to have a lot of really gentle yet good exfoliation, and they can work for people with rosacea or other types of sensitive or sensitized skin. I really like using this on my neck because I use different exfoliating ingredients on my face that are a little bit more aggressive, but they're too aggressive for my neck or around my eyes. PHAs are generally safe to use around the orbital area of the eye. So I use these because I can get some milia on my eyelid, and using this a few times a week, just a quick wipe over, I found it's really helping keep milia at bay. But before you use anything like this on those sensitive areas like the neck, which is very vascular, or around the eyes, which can be sensitive, definitely patch test it and then speak to a dermatologist before you go around your eyes. I got one product in the moisturizing category, and that is the IT Cosmetics Confidence in a Gel Cream Moisturizer. I really like this fragrance-free formula because it's hydrating yet it's lightweight. So I really enjoy using this in my morning routine because it layers really well under sunscreen and makeup. I've used it also at night, and for me, I like a little extra nourishment at night because my skin is really prone to being dehydrated. And then I don't know, I might order another one of these because I think my husband would enjoy it in his evening skincare routine. You know me, you know I love sunscreen. I've got two different ones. One's all mineral, one's all chemical. The one that is all chemical is the SuperGoop Glowscreen SPF 40. This contains the active ingredients of avobenzone, octisalate, and octocrylene. So these need to sit on the skin for 15 minutes to properly form, and it will give you a nice sun protection, and it does need to be reapplied every 2 to 3 hours as you're outside and going throughout your day. But this has a really nice tint. For me, with someone who is more fair to light skin tone, this is more of a light to medium tint, so I find it a little too dark. So if I do apply it, I need to take it down my neck and onto my chest, and don't wear any light colors because it will transfer on clothing. But as long as you're wearing dark colors and you blend it down, or if this works for your skin tone as it is, it's a really nice sunscreen. It leaves a beautiful glow to your skin like the name implies. The next one, unfortunately, is not available in the Canadian Sephora, but US Sephora now carries Paula's Choice. And I really like the Resist Super Light Daily Wrinkled Fence SPF 30. This is an all mineral sunscreen with the active ingredient of zinc oxide. And this is a stunning tinted sunscreen for those of us who have fair to light skin with neutral to cool undertones. It's the sunscreen I have on today under my foundation. I find this for me on days when I don't want to wear makeup, it gives me the level of coverage I like out of a makeup product, and it's very smoothing. So on those simple days, I can throw this on, nothing else, good to go. And it's a very, very gentle formula. So if you're someone who has very sensitive or sensitized skin or rosacea prone skin, you might really enjoy a sunscreen like this. Next, I want to talk a little bit about hair care, because recently I've gone shorter with my hair so I can give my topical minoxidil treatment a little extra, make it a little easier for it to work and to absorb to the scalp. But even though that's working, I noticed that my hair shaft is feeling much drier, and that's normal because I am using a foam, which can be drying. So I found some great products that are good for helping to combat that dryness, and unfortunately they're all pricey, but hey, with the Sephora savings event, you can save some money. So discounts are good, and it's a good time to get those pricier items. So I don't have a shampoo, but I do have a conditioner, and this is the Kerastase Densifique, and this is a hydrating conditioner. I really like this because this and both the Specifique hydrating mask, these are both formulated to use on the hair and the scalp, and they do have the kind of signature Kerastase fragrance, but I do not find it irritates my scalp, and the scent is very soft and it lingers, which is nice because like when the wind blows or you get like a scent smell of your hair, it just smells really nice. It's like a very kind of clean yet floral fragrance, and they're both hydrating, but they don't weigh your hair down. And with my hair being this short, I don't want it to lay flat to my head. I believe the conditioner is around $50, and I believe the mask is around $80, but I'll have everything linked down below so you can see the proper pricing. The last product I have for hair is the Kerastase Elixir Ultime, and this is just a hair oil. I use this at night after I apply the minoxidil foam, and I'll take one pump of this, run it through my hands, rub it all over the top and sides of my hair, and this just makes my hair not feel like straw after I use the treatment. It's really good for hydrating, but it doesn't weigh down, and the next day, like when I wake up the next morning, it's like it's completely absorbed, so my hair doesn't feel greasy, and it doesn't leave like my hairline looking or feeling greasy. So really enjoy this, and this is the mini size, which I bought during, it was either end of October or November of last year during the last sale, and I use this every day, and you can see I've still got a ton left. So the small bottle is cheaper than large bottle, and it should last you a while because you only need 1 or 2 pumps. So really, really recommend it. Move on to primers, and for face primer, I've got 3 different options for different skin types. So listen up and I will let you know which ones work best. So we'll start off with dry skin. For dry skin, I love the Too Faced Hangover RX Primer. It's very hydrating, but it's lightweight. So even if you have more normal to oily skin, yet you're dehydrated, you might really enjoy this one. When I was freelance, I kept this in my kit so I could use it on some of the drier skin clients if I didn't want to use an illuminating kind of priming base. But this is really nice. It has a little bit of a fragrance, so if you're very sensitive to fragrance, you might not enjoy this, but I find personally that the scent kind of dissipates really quickly for pretty much everyone. So only people that might not like this are the extremely dry, but this is the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas. This has replaced my beloved Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. It's just, this one, it does a very similar thing. So it's got a very thin formula that clings to makeup and makes makeup last longer, but this has like a very nice kind of pore smoothing effect. Before this one, and I still have it in my drawers, but they have the original Balm formula, which you might like if you are more normal to dry. This one, the biggest difference I find is really texture, and it doesn't have that kind of hydrating aspect that the original one does. My last face primer is great for anyone who is struggling with enlarged pores, fine lines, or you want a little bit of a mattification, and that is the Beauty Blender, the Leveler Primer. I love this. Like, if I'm using a really shiny sunscreen and I want my pores to look smoother, or maybe my foundation is emphasizing pores, I can use this to really smooth the look out. And I noticed the other day, they do have a light medium and a medium to dark, I believe. I have the light medium, and for me, it's just perfect at giving a little bit of mattification and smoothing out the appearance of my pores. For eyes, I am beyond in love with the Hourglass Veil Eye Primer. It has a little bit of a peachy tone, so for me and my skin tone, it does really well at kind of evening the look out of my eyelid tone, and it clings to your eyeshadow so well. So if you want a little bit of a bolder color, you don't need to set this, or you can set a little bit of a translucent powder and give your powders a little bit more of a glide, but this is wonderful under powder or cream shadows. For the under eye area, this makes me so sad because, as many of us know, Becca is closing their doors in September of this year and they won't be around anymore. But this Becca Anti-Fatigue Under Eye Primer looks like this. I've been through, goodness, 5 or 6 of these since they came out, and last one, no more backups. I keep debating on buying another one, but I don't want to use a product that I can't talk about on camera, that people can't get. But this is great if you want to add a little bit of a hydration under the eyes, if you want to smooth out the look of your under eyes, and you want something to kind of help grip onto concealer. This is a really great one, and less is more. You don't need a lot, because if you use too much, it will kind of lift, but use a little bit, smooth it on, it's beautiful. So if you haven't tried this and you want to try it before Becca closes their doors, this is a great one. And this again is the Becca Anti-Fatigue Under Eye Base. For foundation, I couldn't make up my mind, so I have grabbed 4, and we will talk about them in the level of coverage. So with the lightest coverage, we have the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better Makeup Plus Skincare, and I wear the shade Light Neutral 20.5. This is a really nice kind of natural to satin finish foundation. It's very thin, it's very watery. You need to give it a good shake before you apply it. I really like that this looks like skin. It's a very natural, your skin but better, like the name implies, foundation that I feel like will work for most people, except for the extremes of very dry or very oily. This foundation, the only con I have with it is the wear time. So on a normal day, if I don't use a setting spray or a primer, it lasts for about 5 to 6 hours. But this and the kind of collaboration of the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas Primer and a setting spray I'll talk about later, it's phenomenal. I can get a full 12 hours out of this, and I find it doesn't really lift under a mask when I use those products in conjunction with this one. But if you want a lightweight, kind of sheer to light coverage, this is a great foundation. Now, if you want more of a kind of light to light medium level of coverage and you want a luminous finish, I love this one. This is the Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue Foundation. I wear shade 1N2 Ecru, and this is just a really nice kind of light to medium coverage foundation that has a luminous finish, and it has a pretty decent wear time. I find with this one, I get about 8 to 9 hours. I can extend it with the use of a primer and a setting spray. Sometimes this can look really glowy on the skin. Other times it can't. It just really, I can't figure out why. Some days it looks different than the others, even if I don't change the products I use under it. But a little bit of powder to mattify areas that you have concerns with larger pores, it can be a great foundation. And the colors can be a little wonky. Like this one is a pretty close match, but it's slightly dark. So keep that in mind and try to shade match in store. This might be my favorite foundation. I've used it before. The color didn't work. So then I hadn't used it for a while. And then I decided to try it after one of my girlfriends raved about it. And this is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. And I wear shade 1.5. Now the shade really surprised me because before I used either 4.25 or 4.5, and it was slightly deep and slightly pink. So I would say it was like a 85 to 90% match for me. And when the Sephora Color IQ matched me to this shade online, I was really like, what? I cannot be the lightest shade. But then I did some investigating and I found that 1.5 is slightly darker than the 2 or 3 in this formula. So I'm like, okay, I'll try it. This color, I love the color match. I like how it wears. It looks like silk on the skin, just like the name implies. It's like a perfected like veil, kind of like if you think about like the way pantyhose can make your legs look, it's like that for your skin. It's just like a perfected second skin that lays well, works well with or without a primer. I get about 8 to 9 hours out of this. Doesn't transfer too badly on a mask. Doesn't emphasize the look of your pores. It's just a beautiful foundation. Pricey, but worth every penny. And like I said, this is what I have on now and I'm loving it. My last one is the YSL All Hours Full Coverage Matte Foundation. I wear the shade BR20 and this is great if you want a full coverage matte foundation. I did a review on this and like I said in that video, this will be like going forth once I'm vaccinated, once I can go out again. This will be like my go-to going out. I want to look good for a long time foundation. Pricey, YSL, on par with the Armani foundation, but it looks good. It wears all day and your skin is like perfect. So I really love this. And I will note, I normally do not like medium or full coverage foundations. And this one is just that kind of like magic unicorn foundation that I love despite it being opposite of everything I normally like. For concealer, I've been trying to find a replacement for my Lancome because I think it's being discontinued or something. And only one I found that I really enjoy is the Armani Luminous Silk Concealer. I wear shade 2. I have it on now. It's a pretty solid medium coverage with a slightly natural to luminous finish. It's not as luminous as the foundation. It wears really well. I'm enjoying it. That's why I'm recommending it. I do find I don't like this on an active breakout. Luckily right now, I don't have any breakouts, so this is great for a little bit of brightening in the center plane of my face or under my eyes. But like this for those areas, but not so much on breakouts or areas that are like raised that I want to flatten out and perfect the look. Charlotte Tilbury Under Eye Corrector. I have the shade 1. I really like this. Like technically you could have put this in the concealer category, but it's a corrector, not a concealer. Some people are really funny about that. For me, I can wear this shade by itself on those kind of like light, no makeup days when my eyes are a little bit darker with allergy season. It's got a nice corrective peachy tone, but it's not like a bright orange. I really love this. Also from Charlotte Tilbury, we have the highlighter I have under my foundation, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I wear light number 2. I love this. It's my second bottle. You can wear it under your foundation like a primer. You can mix it into your foundation for a slightly luminous boost, or you can wear it on top like a cream liquid highlighter. It's stunning. It gives a moderate level of shine, but it doesn't emphasize skin texture, which I really love. And it does well on all skin types. And there's many different shades. There was recently a shade extension, and some shades come in a smaller size. So if you want to test the water, but you're not ready to spend the full amount, try the mini sizes. They're really good. Next cream product. Unfortunately, it's not available in Sephora Canada, but in the US Sephora's, it's available. Here in Canada, you can get it at Holt Renfrew, which is a like luxury department store. And that is the Westman Atelier Contour Stick in the shade Biscuit. It's stunning. Like before this, I was in love with the Fenty Matchstick in Amber, and I still love that, but I like this a little bit more. I mean, there's a big price difference. Like, I want to say this is around $60 here in Canada, and the Fenty's like I think in the 20s, but this blends like butter. It's so good. You can build it up, you can shear it out. It's just really good, and the packaging is very chic. Lid's magnetic. Love it. Worth the splurge. Setting powder to lock all of my liquid and cream products in place. I love the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores powder. It's good for mattifying, softening the look of your pores like the name implies. It's like a filter and a powder. There's a loose and a pressed version. I prefer the loose version just because the press can sometimes get hard pan, so I like this one. This is the Pat McGrath Labs Under Eye Powder. I have the shade Light, which looks white, but it goes on clear. It's amazing. A tiny, tiny bit under the eyes. It blurs out the look of any type of fine line, skin texture. It just smooths out, like it's like you're filtering or photoshopping your under eye, just very smooth. I even like taking a teeny tiny bit to go above because I don't normally apply a shadow to my brow bone. I'll use this though to buff out my socket line and just make it a little bit smokier, a little bit more diffused, and it's stunning. So unexpected love, but love, recommend, you need it. It's great. Here in Canada, we sell MAC at Sephora now. US, I don't think MAC is carried at Sephora, but I needed to mention my first love, my MAC Studio Fix Powder Foundation. I wear the shade N4. I've been through, goodness, 5 or 6 of these throughout the years. I love it. I love the color match. I like that it can be matte, it can be natural, it can be glowy. I can wear it light, I can wear it full. Extremely versatile workhorse product that never lets me down, and I love this. It's great. You know, I love to buff, so after I've applied like blush, bronzer, highlight, I like to take a large brush and a loose powder with a little bit of an iridescence, not a glitter, but an iridescence, buff everything out just to make it look smooth and kind of watercolor dreamy, which I just really like. And I used to love the YSL Soufflé powder that was discontinued. Then I fell in love with the Sicily. I still love the Sicily, but that's like a $120 powder here in Canada. And then I tried this one and I love it. It gives my Sicily powder a run for the money at the $60 price point. So it's half the price, but this is the Charlotte Tilbury Charlotte's Magic Genius powder. I use the shade 1. It's a light pinky beige with a minor iridescence, and I can't describe what it does. You can use it to set, you can use it to buff, you can take off the edges of your powder products. It is an amazing powder, and a tiny bit goes a long way. I love this powder so much, and I feel like it's really underrated. And this comes in 3 different colors, so light, medium, dark, so there's one to work for every skin tone. On to like color products for the face, and I had to edit this because my first time I filmed this video, I had like 5 of each, and like we were over an hour into the video, so I'm like, gotta edit this down. So let's start with highlighter. My favorite powder highlighter is a tie this time, and I think this will always be my favorite. The Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder in Highlight 01. I have it today under the buff, and it's just a kind of natural highlight that's slightly escalated to look better than your natural skin would look. It doesn't emphasize texture. It can be very soft. You can build it up, and it just always looks perfect. So love this. It's been a love for a very long time. There's times I want something a little bit more intense, which recently has been a lot. This is the Buxom Wanderlust highlighter in the shade White Russian. Now, according to the Sephora website, this is limited edition. I hope it will become permanent, but this is the most beautiful. It's a slightly pinky, cooler champagne. So champagne with like a pinky silver hit to it. And it's more intense than the Laura Mercier, but I mean, you can make this like blinding, and it doesn't emphasize pores or texture. So I love this. I keep debating on getting a second, but that's unnecessary. I'll stick with this one and just cherish it because I love it. Blush and bronzer, no surprise. They are both from the same brand, and they're just perfect. They are both from Hourglass. So we have Radiant Nude Bronze Light, and then the Radiant or the Ambient Lighting Blush in Sublime Flush. They're great. It's like a natural tan, a natural blush. You can make them very subtle. You can make them very statement. They do well on the eyes. They are just perfect, perfect, perfect. Also, this one is the newest one to my collection. This and I believe At Night came out the same time. And I thought I was in love at night because I love a good red blush. But this, like, if you can see, it's kind of like a coral pink with like a lilac-y tone marbled in. It's stunning. And for me, it reminds me of when my skin flushes naturally. It's the most youthful, pretty blush color. And I love it. I feel like this will work on most skin tones, maybe not on those that are extremely like on the, this might not work on people who are like dark or deep, but on fair to light skin tones, it just looks so fresh and so healthy. It's stunning. For YouTube, I only really had eyeshadow palettes for freelance clients, and then I would play with like a cream shadow here and there. But since starting YouTube, wanting to play with more, started buying palettes and trying them on myself, and I had to edit this down as well. I had to think about, what do I use the most? What do I love the most? And the palette that is for me is the Tartelette Juicy palette. It's a larger palette, and it's perfect for like spring, summer, anytime really. But look at this. You've got those beautiful like neutrals. Like you've got those like slightly cooler neutrals. You've got some warmer neutrals. You've kind of got like some muted pinks and some richer pinks. It's a stunning, stunning palette. It's like I have a mix of, I don't know if you can tell, like I use this shade to kind of all over my lid. I've got a mix of these two in my higher transition area, this in the main transition, this all over the lid with this one on top. Then I mixed this and this together for a little bit of a tight line. I love this palette. I believe it's around 50 or 60, but you get a ton of shades. It's wonderful. It beat out my Natasha Denona Glam palette because I would listen to that, but I'm like, no, I think I like this better than my Natasha Denona. So if you like the colors, I think you'll really enjoy this palette. Okay, so I want to talk about lips real quick, and when you see my swatches, you'll know I definitely have a type when it comes to color. So start off with lip liner. My favorite is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. It's the color I have on now. I like this color because for me, it's the perfect My Lips But Better color. So swatch it right there. So there it is. It's just a beautiful kind of pinky neutral brown with a little bit of a warmth to it. I love it, and it goes well with all the colors that I'm currently loving. So let's jump into those. It's a Slip Shine lipstick from Fenty. This is in the shade Retro Rose. So it's got this beautiful thin balmy consistency. It's somewhere between like a tinted balm and a gloss. It's great for like those low effort makeup days. But there that is right there. So you can see it's like a slightly sheer, more muted version of the lip pencil, which I love. This little beauty from Hourglass. This is one of their Confessions lipsticks. They are refillable, so this part pops out, and then you only need to buy the component once. But I have the shade I Woke Up, and we'll swatch that right there. So Fenty Retro Rose, Hourglass I Woke Up. I love it. This one, a little bit more pinky and pigmented than I like for everyday. So what I do with that particular color is I'll take it onto my finger or a brush and make it into a stain, and it's stunning and it lasts really well. So there's those two. Is the only matte lipstick formula I really love, and this is the infamous Charlotte Tilbury matte lipstick in the shade Pillow Talk. So we'll swatch that. So there is Pillow Talk, Hourglass I Woke Up, Fenty Retro Rose. It's similar. Of course, it's matte. It's got a little bit more of a kind of blue-gray undertone compared to Hourglass I Woke Up. Slightly lighter than the lipstick, so it's great for giving that natural kind of ombre effect. And these all make great blushes. The next one is a splurge, and she's worth it. This is the Gucci Beauty lipstick in the shade Blaze of Noon. So, Gucci, Charlotte Tilbury, Hourglass, Fenty. So you can see it's very similar to the other colors, but it has a little bit more of a coral pinky warmth to it compared to the other shades. And for me, this is like the summertime edit of a My Lips With Better color for me and my skin tone. So it's pricey, but she worth every penny. I love gloss. I wear gloss more than do anything else. So I love all these, but I think I'm gonna save my favorite for last. So up first, this is technically a lip oil, but this is the Dior Lip Glow Oil in 001. So there it is. There's the Dior Lip Oil in 001. Pat McGrath Lust Gloss in Peach Perversion. So there that is right there. It's just a beautiful, like, summertime, perfect. Like, I like colors like this all year, but it's perfect. It's not sticky. None of these products are sticky because I really don't like sticky lip products, but it's so good. The Bobbi Brown Crushed Oil Infused Gloss in the shade Force of Nature. You can kind of see it's kind of like this dark pinky brown color, very reminiscent of 90s. You can see that right there. I love it. It's what I have on now with the Pillow Talk lip pencil. It's a perfect pinky brown nude, which is what I'm all about. And I like that vibe with kind of like this like army green colored jacket. It's my vibe. I love it. Huda Beauty Balm Brows. I like this because the tip is teeny tiny. I don't know if you can see that or not. Some people complain that it breaks off very easily. My solution is don't twist up as much. You don't need to twist up much. Twist up just enough, lightly kind of flick it through the brows. It's stunning. It's like microblading with a pencil. I love this, and I use shade number 2, Neutral Blonde. Merit Beauty Brow Pomade, and I use shade Blonde in this, and the pencil and the pomade are what I have in my brows, and it just gives that kind of undone, naturally fuzzy brow look that I really love. Mascara is something that I'm also recently kind of growing to appreciate, and I've got 3 products. The first one is actually a mascara primer. This is the Dior Show Lash Maximizing Primer, white primer. It's got some nice hydrating ingredients to kind of nourish your lashes. It's great, and it works under most every mascara I've tried it with. Well, all the mascaras I've tried it with. Also from Dior, but it is the brown color in their Dior Show Iconic Mascara. This is a very kind of natural lash enhancing formula. If you like a lot of va va voom, you're not gonna like this, but for me, who likes a more natural lash, this is great, and I do not find it kind of smudges under my eyes. Really like this. This is actually a sample size, and I want to buy the full size, but I've got a few other mascaras in back stock that I'm planning to use next, and I'm gonna wait till those go away before I buy this. But this is the new Lancome Lashy Dull Mascara. I believe it only comes in black, and I'm using the sample size that came in an order recently, and I love this. Like, I don't normally like brown mascaras, but this is like a lash enhancing formula that gives you length and separation with a little bit of volume, never looks clumpy, doesn't migrate under your eyes, doesn't move all over the upper eyelid. It's just stunning, and if you like a good black mascara, I think you will love this Lancome mascara. I don't know, I'm hesitant to talk about, but this is the Marc Jacobs Highliner Pencil. I use the shade Brownie. I really love this for lining my upper waterline. These keep going on sale, like all the Marc Jacobs products keep going on sale, so I feel like they're gonna like discontinue or reformulate, but if you want to try out a great pencil and choose from great colors, check out the Sephora website because these are great. Also, if they are on sale, a lot of times online at least, you can combine sale prices with the discount from the Rouge sale, so double savings. I meant to put it on earlier, but this is the Dior Show Nail Glow, and here I have it on this nail, nothing on this nail. You can see it just kind of makes your nails look like your nails, but better. And I'm almost out of this one. It's my favorite. I've got another one in my nail kit waiting to go. So if you've not tried this, it's great. Sticking with that kind of pink theme, my favorite fragrance so far this spring is the Tom Ford Rose Prick. They're pricey. I think in Canada, these are either $99 or $95 for the travel sizes, but they're so good. I've got this one, and then I've got the Lost Cherry. The Lost Cherry was my favorite for like winter into like early spring. Now we're in spring, things are warming up. This is like it's a rose fragrance that has some muskiness to it, and it's kind of got like that masculine, like feminine side. It's a wonderful fragrance, and I feel like at some point I'm gonna buy the full size because it's so good. A gift from my Grammy for my birthday, and after I bought it, she bought herself one, and they are so good. This is the NuFace Mini, so it's just a microcurrent device. I use it every morning after I cleanse my face before all my other skincare products, and you just kind of glide it along the face. It helps lift. I'm seeing a more lasting result around my eyebrow area, but you have to use it every day. It's definitely a time commitment. The first 6 weeks, you almost have to use it every single day. I'm past my 6 weeks, so I'm using it more on a maintenance mode every 2 or 3 days, and it's great. I love it. And it's a great product to pick up now during the sale because they're expensive. So if you can save some money on it, go for it. That concludes our video for today. It's still a long video. It's longer than I was hoping it was going to be, but I had a lot of stuff to share with you. And like I said, I will have everything linked down below. I will kind of star the items that I'm wearing today. So if you like this look, you can look in the description box for what those items are. And happy shopping. I will also link all the Beauty Insider information and the shopping dates for which each tier is able to shop. So today, April 9th, starts early access for Rouge members. So if you're Rouge, you can come shop with me. So I will see you on the next video, and thanks for watching. Bye, y'all.